Hello, welcome back. Last time I solved halting problem, and then came back and saw that a hot zone was as unsolvable as ever. I think I'm going to have to take a different approach to this. I need to, map out a full state graph of, in reverse, what I need to happen here to solve the room, and I'm not prepared to do that process right here, right now. So that might be something I need to do on my own sometime later, because normal approaches just are not getting anywhere with this. Maybe they will eventually, but I think I need to try something else. However, I do want to try the normal approach one more time over here in Drain. So, what do I have here? Is this covers the man stack? One stack short, not actually useful. First visit. Let's see. I wonder if I should maybe... Would it make sense not to save this first visit replay if I've saved another one? No, it would not. No, I do not agree with that idea. It stays as it is. Alright, so anyway. The phrasing of this puzzle is... There's a monster block very out of the way down here. A toggle switch kind of out of the way here, which needs to be used to get any opportunity to access it. Several blocks which could theoretically go in the water to sploosh it. Once that's gone, these three... Aha, it has to be specifically these three that go in the water because they have nowhere else they can die. Okay. So the 4 monster blocks must go here, 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 and here. And these two don't do anything. In order for that to happen... Yeah, kind of similar to Hot Zone, this absolutely has to be open. Yeah, somewhat similar conundrum in that, I can't leave this closed, jump down, push a thing, and then get back ever. So I need to use this switch. Oh, there is another water tile here, but it's around a corner, inaccessible. Interesting. So there's a limit once interacting with this switch. Okay. In case that's relevant to anything, but I gotta get to the switch first, and that is where things kind of fall down. Right, so the problem with getting to the switch... I mean, I can get to it myself, there is that, but that's useless. I stand here, and now it's not pressed anymore. Okay, so going in this way is only for me pressing it, and that does not help me get to the toggle switch. So I need to go in another way, right? Because yeah, no push blocks are going to come with me through here. For some reason I feel like demonstrating that, but yeah, no, that's just not gonna happen. So, okay. What is required to stack something? That something has to go up and then be pushed. And since I have only one thing that goes up and down here, stacking is strictly impossible. I cannot ever stack something. I can interact with stacks that are already made. But yeah, the only way I am going up is if nothing else is going with me. How true is that? Fairly? If I were somehow already up with this unpressed, then theoretically I could push something over to elevate that and have me on top of it, and then something could maybe happen. However, I'm not getting up without this. This is the only thing that goes up and down. That's not true. There's this. Oh, wait a second. Oh, maybe something's happening suddenly. So, okay. Even though I can't quite do this as I'm describing, I can kind of sort of do something. Okay, now, new concept occurring to me. Well, no, because this has to be pressed in order for me to be here. No, that line of thinking goes nowhere. Like, there is no way I'm using this as elevation while this is unpressed. That's just not possible to happen until after I've used that switch. So the most I can do to interact with stacking is to intermingle these two pre-made stacks and turn them into something else. Which looks like this. Right, okay, so why am I doing any of this? What's the actual problem here? The actual problem is, to get to the switch, that door needs to be open. Maybe I could jump over, but that wouldn't help me because I'd then be trapped. To get to the switch and back, this door needs to be open. For this door to be open, that plate needs to be held while I am over here. For that plate to be held while I'm over here, something has to be on it. For something to be on it, that means one of these or one of these has to make it here. For one of these or one of these to make it here, and that's where things get interesting. Once again, this is a tight corner. Standard Sokoban rules mean that under normal circumstances, and these are normal enough, nothing can turn a corner like that. If a block were already here, I could push it onto that and be a little bit stuck. So for several reasons, I do not want to push and cannot push a block from north to south here. So, west is a permanent wall, nothing can be done about that. East is a permanent wall, nothing can be done about that. The only direction that works is from the south. So I must push something, south to north, over top of this door onto that plate. Once that has been done, that something can later be pushed out, which I think is the purpose of this hallway. Okay. So then, the question becomes, how do I push something from south to north onto this plate? So why can't I just simply do that? Alright, so first of all, that something needs to be elevated. For that something to be elevated, given the elevation rules and the doors that are available, it pretty much has to be already stacked like this. And with the awkward placement of this pressure plate and the inversion of this door, this move, with essentially clear space 2 tiles to the left of this, is the only way I can get up high. Once I'm up here, because this tile had to be clear, there's no short walking route to get to this spot with a block there. Like, a block could be there, but a block could not be here for me to walk across to it. Now these are multi-push blocks. Action can take place at some amount of distance. But being farther away from here doesn't really help me, and also I don't have a stack of any of them. So okay, I can have a standable, right, so standability starts to come into the picture now. Alright, yeah. So since I don't need to stand on this thing, I will use it as my pressure plate holder. So now I have 2 spare multi-push blocks. That's not enough. No matter how I arrange them, this still doesn't allow me to actually bridge my way over there. Something like this is about the closest I can get. I guess there is also... Okay, so now let's conceive of some other things. I can move which stack is that. Which is not particularly relevant on its own. Yeah, I could push it over and put it in here. That's not what I want. Hold on. Wait, is there something here? Okay, so let's do this with the intermingle. I had a brief flash of a vision. Oh boy, how do I do the intermingle? It's like this, kinda. Intermingle has happened. I need to reset everything. Not helpful. No, if anything, I've just made things worse. So going back into this state as I had it. There's nothing that really matters here. That doesn't do anything. The other way around just kills me. And also doesn't do anything. So I do not see the use of the intermingle. So if I don't have enough to bridge to where I want to be, can I want to be somewhere else? Is there some kind of multi-stage thing where I could get this onto the door from the west? West is extremely far from any form of elevation. Sort of. There is some potential to do something like this. However, that is not useful. Is there some kind of shuffling operation I can do with this to get it closer to where I want it at a useful time? I can't imagine what, but, well, let's try to imagine things. That has simply moved it farther from my goal. I guess I can... Okay, I can kill a monster block. I put that in the water. It doesn't help anybody. But okay, so if I did the intermingle... Just because it is an action I can do, which is of some use, kinda, sorta. Not really, but kinda, sorta, almost. Okay, I need this to be here. And actually here. Wait, no, what? Like this. Okay. Reset. Get this out of here, put it here, I guess, is fine. So now I can kill one monster block. That is an action available to me. Why do I want to? I don't know. Doesn't seem useful to me. Now I have nothing stacked other than this unusable thing. Not helping with the problem at hand. Okay. Yep, so drain is still as it was. I mean, I'm just running into all the same problems. Little to nothing new has happened. I think this one's also going to have to require the more laborious state graph approach, as does Hot Zone. Okay, so let's just put those two puzzles in a pile of things that require something more involved than the normal puzzle solving approach. Can I solve access quandary? And at least get something done. Let's see, to do that I go the long, long way around, right? Very long way. Very, very long way. But eventually this leads there, right? Drop that, put this here. I haven't verified this is going where I want to go. And you know what? I'm not actually sure that it does. No, it totally does, right? Down this ladder. Then south of here, yeah. Access quandary. Can I solve this from here? Here's a sacrifice altar, which would do what? It would drop that. Okay, that's nice. So you go here. So things I'm gonna have to do to make that happen. Oh my, okay, so there are several. Not looking too far ahead, just doing this much. So I've sacrificed 2 of my multi-pushes to make that possible. I can still do them. So I guess I need a third one. Also got 2 spare blocks. Oh, that's rude. Okay, so perhaps then... that would not solve that. Wait, what? So block just doesn't come with me through here? Am I gonna gain some insight about stacking here? I think I might. Check this out. Let's see, I want... oh, what do I want here? Why would stacking help me? Well, let's... never mind that. Because, check this out. Okay, so let's first put this here. Then, sure. This makes a stack. This makes a stack. Okay. So I got an awkward slow stacking mechanism, but it is a stacking mechanism. However, why would I want one of those? A stack does not help me do the task I was trying to do here. That's no better. Unless I can, like, do a U-turn on this and actually push that down onto here, and I'll have so many things jammed up here that I probably won't get through. Yeah, so the thing I did first, pushing the monster block there. I need at least 1 multi-push block with me. There's still a lot more to it than that, isn't there? So let's analyze this from the beginning. To get the star key, those monster blocks must die. This one's no problem, I can just kill it here right away. But killing it there is more productive because it kills the other one. That's the only way that one is dying. Okay, so to get a monster block here, so the actions that I did, pushing blocks in here, didn't actually do anything. If ultimately I needed to push a monster block up this way anyway... Oh, wait a second. No, I see how stacking would help. Alright, I'm interrupting that thought, because I had another... Oh, dear. Okay, this is funny. I need a 2-stack, but I can't stack this way around. So I'm thinking maybe 3-stack. All 3 of these push blocks, with this one on top, go here. So I know how to get something there. I've proven that's possible. This is an anti-block barrier here. Ferrets only. And then when I go across this, I'm going to have to go back across those, so we have multiple problems here. If I use 3 multi-push blocks to get that in there, then I'm going to get trapped. Okay, so several layers of problem. But if I had a stack of 3 here with a monster block on top of it, I topple it over here, I topple it over here, monster block gets sacrificed, and that's all done. And what I would do is I would walk over top of these blocks rather than ever stepping on the trapdoors, so I wouldn't push this way, I would walk on top. Okay, so 3 multi-push blocks, 1, 2, 3. 2 push blocks and a monster block, 1, 2, 3, and a tower here would be a happy goal state. So, cool idea. Issue is, if I want to stack something using this mechanism, that something has to spend a lot of time on hot coals. Monster block can't spend any time on hot coals. How do I elevate you? I think I see it. That's why... Okay, well, is that why? So what I have to do looks something like, what, this? No. Wait, what? Oh, that's incompatible. This is a similar problem to drain. So I can make a stack of 2 things that can tolerate sitting on hot coals for a moment. Maybe... Okay, there might be a way... No, anything that involves jumping down when I'm in here. So I was thinking, like, shorter stack, push over the monster block, get down, do some rearranging here somehow. Like, imagine if all these spaces are empty, I jump down, I push this aside, I push the monster block on the thing, and we're all cool. But anything that involves jumping down means I can't walk over the blocks that will be in the way of these trapdoors. Assuming that I do multi-push in the thing that I put there, which seems like a pretty reasonable assumption. So this is what leads me to wanting to elevate the monster block. What are all the doors that can go up? Here's one. A block can't go up with it. Here's the good one. It's on hot coals. You have to somehow get from the ground up a layer. If you're already in here, I could use this. Oh, could that happen? I don't really see how. The way all of this is phrased... Aha! Here's something I hadn't observed. This inverts that plate. This inverts that plate. This inverts that plate. That's important. Okay. That will help me. Inverts the door, rather. So both interact, therefore, with door inverted. Then I can do this action. Here we go. Monster blocks elevated. That's a little jammed up, but is unjammable. Here we go. Ah! Oh. Never mind. That just creates another problem. Okay. Well, cool. If only this could get pressed as I do that. Could it? No, hold on. So I need both of these here. Hold on, don't do that. So then the question is, could I somehow do a... Oh, this'll work. Yo, check it. So you were not hot for a full turn. And I needed to have put this in there already. Got it. Okay. I think I have a pattern that's working here. Alright, this one is far more tractable. And then once one stack is made, doing the second layer is quite easier. Yes, okay. So this goes here now. Two things come with. You go up high. I do this little swap. There we go. Then I need to rearrange several things. So that needs to stay down. This multi-push can move. That's okay, it doesn't need to. Okay, I think this simply means do that. What about this tile? How am I getting something here? I'm not. And I can't have already had it. I needed all my tools here. Right? Okay, well, let's imagine maybe the one that I can spare is you. And maybe you should have been a multi-push. Okay. Because that was not doing anything in the puzzle for me at that moment. Although, no, I need all my multi-pushes. Okay, so you're just gonna act as a bridge. That is going to be a problem later. I am quite certain. But let's just pretend it's not. I'll get as far as I can with this known problem, then I'll find a way to solve it. Okay, so right now... Aha! I see how it's not a problem. Or, I mean, that is a problem, but I see how I can put a multi-push there and get it back. Okay. Oh, the steps to this. There are so many. I love it. It's a good quandary. So right now... No, right now I need a multi-push to let this survive. I was gonna walk in here and get one back. Okay, nope, it's gonna have to be the other way. Okay, so I am incurring the problem of putting a block here. That seems like a definite problem. Maybe there's some way that it's not, but it really seems like one to me. Next monster block comes up. Gets poised to go into position, along with these. This toggles, you go up, whoops, don't step there like that. It survives that exchange, so now I can walk in here and retrieve a multi-push. Aha! Look at this handy little space up here. With that handy little space up there... I don't really want to put a monster block on a multi-push, but I guess it's okay... Although, let's not. I don't have to. I can use the other one. Ah! Okay. So rearranging this... does actually become a problem. I guess what I would do then is repeat this action. So there's that swap done again. Now it's a multi-push there. I want to push this in. I can't. Okay, so first I'm going to have to transfer a monster block down here. And to do that safely, I do this. Okay, well, monster block is insulated from the hot coals now. I need a second transfer, and I need so many more things. So this, I don't like you. You are in a bad spot. I don't know if I can resolve that, but maybe I don't have to. Maybe it's okay to have multi-push involved here. That might actually be fine. I don't know for sure that it's not. So right, so no more insulation is needed. I'm just going to... Okay, what will I do with you? I think the best I'm gonna get here is actually... this. That works just fine. Okay. So you're poised to be transferred... to have a monster block transferred onto you. There we go. Okay. I don't think I can rescue this. So what I did there was actually pointless. Let's do it the other way then. Here's my stack of 3. You're just gonna have to go here. Just stay out of my way. I think this is doable. I think I even have enough blocks, don't I? No. Okay, I can kill a monster block, but now I can't get out. Room's clear. Okay, so you need to be further involved. What I need to do is swap you in place of the multi-push that's up here. That's how it's gonna have to be, unless I could, like, at the end of everything, put you over here. I cannot imagine how that would happen. Here, okay, hang on. Let's just save that away. Because that's pretty close. Whoops, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. I want to reset. Okay. So without ever putting this block here, when I tried to do a multi-push there... Now, hold on. Okay, so since I have that saved... Let's go back and see if I can actually swap... Well, no, right. Having put this here is the problem. I wonder, though... Could I... No... Is there a crafty, like, horizontal push I could do? Maybe. Or if I could, like, construct this well, no, okay, that's an idea. So I do this transfer. If then my goal is to get you actually on there... Maybe I don't have to move that away from the south wall to do that? Like, after this, if I could be standing here... Yeah, I don't think that's happening. No, I don't have enough for that. Are you sure? Wait, no, this works fine. This works fine. Right? I think it does. Yes. I see how it works. Okay, I actually put everything in place now. Sure, you can go here, that's okay. I'm not one multi-push short, am I? I don't think so. No, I think this is correct. So this arrangement, check it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That did the job. Okay, so just move it without getting away from that wall. Wow! Alright, that was cool. Just spectacular as always. And right, I gotta run the long way around to get that key. Okay. Okay. See, yeah, that one was tractable. I just wish the rest would be too. I mean, most of them are. It's just those two. Just drain and... I mean, drain to a lesser extent than hot zone. Just because I haven't spent as much time with it. Maybe it'll end up being just as hard. Okay, there we go. Got my key. Alright, good stuff. So, problem puzzle here, unattempted puzzles here and here. So that's probably where I'll go next time unless I'm ready for heavy state graphing. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to do on my own because, for one, I have to figure out the process. And for two, it's gonna be very laborious and slow. Alright, well, I'll let you know what happens if it happens, or maybe we'll just go and try a new puzzle somewhere.